Investors and traders, welcome to the channel. Today is 10th of May 2024. Hope everyone is having a great day. So it's going to be a quick video to recap today's price action in the key US markets. As always, this video is for educational purposes only, and it is not a financial advice. So we'll start by taking a look at the US dollar, the king dollar. And here what we can see is we just had a mixed day, and the market was pretty much sideways. We did not have too much economic news coming out this week. So this week has been pretty much lackluster from that perspective, and we could have seen more volatility, but this week has been a little bit onto the quieter side for some of the markets. But if we look at the price action for the 9th of May, and here what we can see is this Thursday we just went by, the market actually went right into the 20-day moving average, found a great amount of resistance there, and closed lower. In fact, closed below the 38.2% retracement one more time, and we could draw a trend line like that here, and it is also closing below this trend line as well. So here, in our opinion, 107 level is really key important level for the dollar index, and we are of the opinion that we might actually have a double top formation here. However, the market is fairly range bound, but it is closing below this 38.2% retracement, which is at 105.35, which is giving us a reason to believe that actually this market is heading lower. But it is doing it, it's taking its time as well. It's just not very quickly doing that, and dollar has been pretty strong throughout since the beginning of this year. Now if we were to look at your USD, which is about 51% of the dollar index, as dollar index is a basket of currencies, what we can see is today some selling happening in this market. And also this is Friday, so sometimes bigger players they decide not to carry the risk over the weekend. So it could be because of some profit taking as well, and it could be because of some economic data release which happened. But again, what we are really watching for is this trend line in blue. We are waiting for this market to give us a clean break above 108.15 level, which is this red line right here. That would be an indication that this market is actually trying to break out of this pattern formation and trying to move higher. We had really strong support come in because of a number of confluence levels coming together around the 106 level. So that is something we are keeping in mind. Now we'll just quickly move into the debt markets through the eyes of US treasury notes, and this is the 2-year treasury note. It's in the yield format, so what you see on the right hand side is yields, and what we can see is today on Friday the yields were actually rising, and that's why we have also seen some pressure coming in the stock market as well. So this is the shorter end of the curve. Now the good news was, in terms of yields moving lower, the market had actually closed below this trend line, but in fact it's just trading in a range at the moment. It's moving into a resistance coming from the moving averages. And if we were to just look at from a retracement perspective, so it is moving towards the 50% retracement as well, and right above around the 61.8% retracement we also have the 20-period moving average. However, the bigger pattern, which if true, in fact gives a target of yields to be as low as 3.9%. So this is this black line, and we have the confluence of two things coming right at the 78.6% retracement level. So really key market to watch, as long as it doesn't get above the 5%. In my opinion, that should be a indication that the yields on the shorter term in fact might be actually heading lower, but the move might not be as quick as we would like to see. Now on the longer end of the curve, we have the long bond futures, 30-year duration. And here you can see this market was under pressure as well today. And but in fact, if you just look at it, these are pretty big moves for this market, because it is a massive market, moving about a point, in a range of a point is a fair amount. um, it's just in a trading range. You can see that it's just going nowhere for quite some time. And in fact, what we can see is this momentum is improving in the market. The uh, 8 period moving average is over the 20 period moving average, so that is giving it some support. So it really needs to give us a clean close above 116.18 and then begin to break above the bearish symmetry. So we are really watching this. The chances are that in fact we might be moving in the CD leg higher, just the way we have seen for the 2-year trading note. But we have to get further confirmations to be more comfortable with this idea. And now we'll just have a quick look at the gold market. This is the COMEX gold. This is not the spot gold, so your prices will be different compared to the spot market. And here what we are looking at is gold, since yesterday, Friday, had a nice move higher. And interesting thing is, it seems to have broken out of this, or very close to breaking out of this range, being defined by 2364, 2365, and on the downside around 2300. And but I don't like how it closed the day, because it looks like a lot of profit taking happened, or the sellers came into this market. So yeah, we need to wait and see further confirmation. But yeah, it looks like this 2300, this 28, excuse me, 2285 might have been a good low. So I'm going to remove this pattern for now, because it came very close to this 38.2% retracement, which we were expecting, but just missed it by about 10 bucks. Now we'll just move quickly. Oh yeah, before we do that, let's take a look at the Bitcoin. This is daily chart of Bitcoin. As the dollar was stronger, you can see Bitcoin move lower, and looks like this trend line, which might have acted as a fulcrum of support. If it begins to close lower, yeah, the dollar is getting stronger, so we could see this market move lower. Over the weekend, I'll be doing a video about Bitcoin, just only about Bitcoin, and there are some interesting cycles that exist in that marketplace. We'll be taking a look at that, so I think you guys will find it very interesting. So it'll be an interesting piece to watch as well. So I'll release that late in the evening, Saturday most probably. Okay, so now what we are going to do is we'll begin to take a look at the equity markets for the United States. So we'll start by taking a look at the cash market. This is the daily chart of S&P 500, and what we can see is this market just keeps on dragging higher in terms of the cash. And then we were really watching this level around the 78.6% retracement. We have the 1.618 expansion coming in around 51.95 to 5200. But the market actually closed slightly above that. It's very close to the all-time highs on the cash basis as well. Closed in a doji candle, and it closed slightly negative as well. So yeah, I mean, what we were working with the different scenarios in terms of how the correction could unfold. I think we'll do a deeper review of that in the weekend review. So for now, I'll just show you that this is the cash market. But if you look at the futures market, here we go. It's a slightly different it's a slightly different picture. If I can get it out of the way, here we go. So what we can see is this market is just touching the 78.6% retracement. So the cash market is slightly higher, but the future is slightly lower. But it has been a pretty strong move, and it's just been closing above some of the levels that we were watching, the 51.95 and 5200, 5217 with the 1.618 expansion. So interesting development in the stock indices for this one. Then if we take a look at the QQQ, which is the ETF for the tech, here it's right pretty much at the 78.6% retracement, very close to this completed ABCD. It's just hanging in there. But again, the market has been strong on momentum basis and big gap around here. And if we were to look at the futures, and here in the futures is just right into the 78.6% and 18,301.618 expansion. So it closed slightly below the highs of 7th of May. So we'll just see a pretty strong move in this market as well. And if we were to look at Russell 2000, this is fairly negative close for this market, and the interesting part is it closed below the 2070 level, so it did make an attempt to rally, but closing below the 78.6% retracement, which we had been watching for quite some time, and where we also have this ABCD pattern completed. So that's an interesting one. If we were to look at the Dow Jones through the E-mini futures, this market looks pretty strong, and it has gone above the 61.8% retracement right to the 78.6% retracement. So pretty interesting development here as well. So we'll have to reevaluate quite a few things in for the weekend review. Let's also take a look at the NYA, which is the New York Stock Exchange Composite Index. This market has also been pretty strong, and I believe it is just right at this. Oh, it's in fact closed above 78.6% retracement. So a good week for the US equity markets. In fact, a very good week for the European markets as well. So a very quick look. This is the German DAX, and look how strong the DAX has been. And one of the key things is that this is something which we have discussed before. When this pullback happened in the European markets, mainly we are looking at FTSE from United Kingdom and the German DAX. They stopped right at the 38.2% retracement, and now it has gone and reached the 1.27 to expansion of this entire swing. Now there is a chance there might be some sort of a pullback for a few days perhaps, just because of the expansion at 1.272. But look at the momentum, it's very strong. Look at the bullish candles it has had. And if we look at the UK market, we can see again stop right at the 38.2% retracement, and such a strong move, in fact stronger than the German DAX, just going straight up with only 2 days of pullback here. So really impressive. And what it looks like is that this market in fact might be going for 85.65 level. So really interesting developments in the equity markets in Europe and in the United States. And we'll have further update available where we'll look at the weekly charts as well during the weekend report. Have a great day, and speak to you guys soon. Good luck, good trading.